New tonight, a martial arts empire headquartered in Tomball is being sued for wrongful termination. The World Kuk Sool Association has hundreds of schools in 27 countries, according to its website. And this legal battle has become a messy one between the founder and one of his sons. As ABC 13's Jessica Willey reports, shocking allegations of sexual misconduct and assault have emerged.
On the outskirts of Tomball, at a place that looks more like a ranch, sits the headquarters of an international martial arts organization. The World Kuk Sool Association is based here, more than 1 million members strong, says its website, and dedicated to the study of Kuk Sool Won, Korean martial arts. Once a family discipline and family business, now a family fight.
My client had been promised, actually, for decades that he would be the next leader of the association.
All of that went out the window when he decided to start a competing business.
Dale Jefferson represents the association, led by Grandmaster In Huksa and his second son, Alexa.
We even have
Alex Paul represents the other son, Sung Jin Soo.
My client is suing the World Kuk Sool Association for wrongful termination, breach of contract, and some other claims related to his employment.
It's all spelled out in the lawsuit filed in Houston federal court seeking $50 million in damages. But what has emerged, Paul says, is more than he expected.
Since we filed the lawsuit, many people have now started coming forward.
I think they create kind of a safe haven for predatory behavior.
One of those people, Denise Brown, speaking publicly, she says, for the first time. She started as a student at the Kuk Sool Won school in Magnolia, eventually working for the Suh family. A police report she filed 16 years ago alleging Alexa sexually assaulted her when she worked as a babysitter is now part of the lawsuit against the association. Magnolia police investigated. When interviewed, Suh denied the allegations to investigators. No charges were ever brought.
I want him to be held accountable, if not for me, for any other victims that are out there.
In a declaration that is also part of the case now, Ashley Sanchez, another former student whose father ran a school in Illinois, says Grandmaster In Huksa was inappropriate with her 32 years ago when she was around 7 years old.
No grown man should ever have a little girl kiss on the lips or anything of those sorts, and that's what he did with me.
The association says upon receipt of the claim only earlier this year, they hired an investigator who concluded that the allegation could not be substantiated. Sanchez says she eventually told her stepmother and was never left alone with any masters or instructors from the association. And last year, the U.S. Attorney's Office sounded the alarm about Franklin Joseph Perkins, a former instructor at the Alvin Kuk Sool Won school. He was arrested on child pornography charges. Perkins has pleaded not guilty. The association said he was suspended after the arrest and that the charges have nothing to do with the now closed school. These alleged incidents happening at different times and places, but connected to the association and relevant, Paul says, to the lawsuit. He says his client's termination was also about retaliation for his attempts to address these kinds of reports.
It creates this climate where if something is going on that's wrong, it might not be reported.
There's absolutely no linkage.
The defendant's attorney denies the claims raised in the lawsuit and says the allegations of sexual assault and misconduct have nothing to do with the plaintiff's termination. He calls the additional allegations a smear campaign.
He has used this as an opportunity to air family dirty laundry so he can try to extort millions of dollars from his parents and his half-brother.
In fact, they have countersued, saying the plaintiff was fired for disputes. According to the suit, he didn't follow the rules. He tried to convince school owners to leave the association, and he wrote a book that infringed on the association's copyrighted works.
That's not somebody who has been wrongfully terminated. That's someone who has decided to go into business for themselves.
The plaintiff said the claims in the countersuit are baseless and unfounded. In an earlier order, one judge boiling this fight down to a bitter family dispute between father and son, with Korean martial arts at the center. The fight expected to play out in a Houston courtroom later this year. Jessica Willey, ABC 13 Eyewitness News.